2.
Okay. So tell me what this is and tell me what it shows.
I believe on the left side of the page, Your Honor, what it shows is
Hello.
a voter affidavit envelope signature. On the right side of the page, it shows exemplars contained within the voter's registration record.
Okay.
And, this, again, it's to why we want access to the records. And so.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, counsel just said that this gets to why we want access.
Hold on. Hold on, I'm coming.
Be admitted.
There we go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There we are. There we go. Hello, Kevin. Hi, Lee. Oh, yeah. I know it is the last days of the season. I was just thinking that, Lee. I was just thinking that very thing. I'm sorry I'm late. I was running errands all morning and afternoon, and now I'm here, but I'm trying to catch up.
All right, just a couple more questions, I suppose. Mr. Richard,
That judge looks so pissed.
I know you testified previously that you scanned the entire face of the ballot affidavit envelope.
That's Stephen Richard, the
When the
Maricopa
image is
County.
taken and the barcode is scanned, it does take an image of the face of the ballot, the back of the ballot affidavit envelope.
And the back is where the signature is, correct?
And that's what we've been referring to as,
Asked to
yes.
review ballot envelopes signed by 1.3 early voters in Maricopa County.
You retain the actual physical ballot affidavit envelopes themselves.
We do for a period of time.
Oh, his mic
So
is
we
fucked
retain
up.
them
Sorry.
through the canvas, and then you have 5 days to file any election contest, and then we would retain them through the election contestation period, and they would be in the vault at MIGTEC. And then after that, we would transfer them pursuant to state statute to the county treasurer, who keeps them in his vault for 24 months after he has received them.
Okay, so it's your testimony that those ballot affidavit envelopes are currently housed in the treasurer's vault?
With the county treasurer, correct.
All right. May I confer with my client for a couple of minutes, Your Honor, before wrapping up questioning with this witness?
Sure, just rather than break, why don't you just...
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, don't break. We just got here.
You know what? We've been going for an hour. I don't know how long they're going to be gone, so let's just take a brief recess.
Damn it.
You can step down from there.
All right, well, we'll just catch up then.
If somebody wants to go outside and tell them they've got a couple extra minutes.
Damn it! Okay, let me think about what else we have. Hold on. Hold on. There's gotta be something else. Oh, have you seen my latest creation? I'll play it for you. Let's see if they say anything fun. Okay, bye. Let's listen to my song. Share this tab instead. Here's my great page. There it is, Lolo's Lounge. There we are, we're right there. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hi, Jen! I love fall. Yes, Jen! Fuck yeah! Smoke some fucking weed and tune in and turn out. I love Michigan. I really do. Oh, really, Kevin? I didn't know that. I like Colorado too. Nice. Kathy! Nice. Okay, let me show you my latest video, which of course you, my wonderful friends, have probably already seen. But why not?
And I will apologize directly to Teresa. I'm sorry about that, actually.
Sorry. Thanks, Will. That was really nice of you. Thank you, Mr. Sater, for letting me.
And I apologize to the audience as well.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Poole. Thank you. That's so nice of you. I really appreciate that. So I'm just wondering, to whom should I be sending the child support request? Because the circle jerk in this room has actually made me pregnant, and so I am going to need the address of everyone in this space, because I think the amount of semen has literally permeated my vagina and made me pregnant. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Well, you can DM me and I'll give you my address.
Okay,
Everything goes
I'll do that. I'll be right on top of that, because you're actually my favorite.
Thank you. We'll send that right to his address.
Sam, I thought this was a research project. I didn't realize this.
Oh, tons of research, baby.
Send that straight to her inbox, would you please?
Would you? It's open, my DM. Oh, I've been muted.
No, you're still speaking.
Yeah,
Now she's been
I'm
muted.
sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize, guys. This is pretty much my fault. I don't know how to use these controls. This is my first time using space. I feel like if anyone should be yelled at, it should be me, that I don't know how to police this properly. So feel free to yell at me. I just
Julie, we're not allowing anybody to yell at you. Nobody's allowing anyone to yell at you. That's not happening. That one, I can't control fool without not allowing anybody to yell at you. That's
Anyway, okay. Ah, I hope everyone's having a good day. I do like that one. All right, let's see what else is happening. Hold on. Let me see what else is happening. I have all these like chuds that I follow, so unfortunately. Oh, Somerville. Oh, 925. Let's see, is there, well, I guess I should just stop sharing that and then come back. Doot doot. They haven't come back yet. Well, I hope everyone's having just the loveliest day. Old astronomer! I know, this song's really, the music's really cute. It makes me feel it. I mean, I wish I had written it, but I didn't. I wish I'd played it. I didn't. But that's okay. Yeah. Thank you for, and thank you for those of you who joined me for my earlier stream from the car. That was enjoyable. Let's see. Is there something fun? Hold on. Let me just see if there's anything fun. Dirt, dirt. Oh, I think I had some stuff in my watch later that I wanted to show you guys. Come on. Come on. Oh, I need to show you this, okay? I'm gonna show you this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oops. Hold on. I hope I don't get killed for this, but I think it's some individual guy, so I don't think he's really, I don't really think he cares. So, I know this has nothing to do with Kari Lake, but somehow I think that it does. I really think it does. Okay, hold on. Share screen. There we go. I started watching this the other night. I'm freaked out. We won't watch the whole thing, obviously. I mean, this person has life-size animatronics. I got my nails done. Yeah, it was a crazy drive.
Hello everybody, this is Jada Honor, and today what we are going to go through today is my horror licensed animatronic collection.
Guy!
And there are a couple that will not be showcased in this video, such as, even though he's not horror, he is licensed, but Oogie Boogie, and then Wicked Witch of the West, and Shorty from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So those three will unfortunately not be in this video.
Those are all
I do have Oogie Boogie here,
animatronics.
but he is back in his box, and I just didn't feel like having to put him together and then take him back apart and throw him back in the box.
Fucking crazy. Oops, sorry. Nope. I didn't
Is
do that.
my collection. I'm going to go through, tell you guys where I got them, how I got them,
Oh my god, get out.
rough estimate how much I paid. Some of these came in Facebook Marketplace lots, so I'm gonna have to give like a rough estimate on them, which is gonna be mostly accurate but not ridiculously off. So yeah, let's get started. Here we have Twisty. He is my most recent that I got. We moved into a new house and got this guy literally as we were moving in. We found him through a neighbor, which I was thoroughly grateful for. We did not have Twisty. He unfortunately does not have the box, but I don't care. I think he is awesome. So his mask does come off. Twisty is from American Horror Story. Whoops, and his mask just fell on the ground. But yeah, that is Twisty. He does not move or anything. His arms are fully posable. His hands are latex, and his head is a very high quality foam-filled latex.
You turn your
So
back.
now we will move on. Up next, we have, I believe, the 2011 model, Jason Voorhees. This was a store display at Kmart. I was told that by
You need some
the person I
Republicans,
bought it
yes!
from. Speaking of person I bought it from, I purchased this off of a local sale app, which is unfortunately not around anymore. I purchased this off of Let Go. Let Go was basically essentially like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, all those sales sites. But Let Go was bought out by OfferUp, so it is not really around anymore. So I purchased this guy for $200. He came with the adapter, the locking pins, the stabilizers that go in the base. And I did not have the box at the time, but I am getting a box to one and a trade through a bunch of other stuff. So I will have the box for this guy. And his eye has never looked back and forth. I did not want to take the mask off to try and repair it, because I did try to take the mask off and it started to rip around the eyes, and I did not want that. So I was like,
Okay.
I can live with the eyes not moving. So his eye does not move. And then shortly after, the body turn just gave out, like it just fried.
Okay.
So the body turn is wired.
Okay, I need you to go on to the next one. Oh, wait, he's gonna move.
Also the original 2007 Jason. So I do have the box for this guy. I purchased
that's
this one
RFK Jr.
off of Facebook.
Right there.
Had shipped to me. It was roughly about $320 total after
John
shipping.
Eastman.
I feel that it's totally worth it. I absolutely love Jason. So we will go ahead
That looks
and
like Lynn
activate
Wood.
him. Again, turn on the extension cord here.
Shit. What?
And eventually the head turning gear will need to be replaced as it is splitting.
Oh, that's really creepy. Okay, let's go on.
The box is not in amazing shape, but it is still there and usable. So I paid roughly around $500 for this guy, which people are like, oh my gosh, that's so insane. This piece, broken beyond repair, sells for over $2,000. Just imagine how much you would get, how much I could get for mine right here that is fully functional and has everything. I put a lot of time into this thing to make it perfect. So for starters, the blade was snapped. The blade was not there. Well, it did have the blade, but it was not attached. It was rotted and cracked into pieces.
Okay. That's
So
all fascinating.
around 5.
But I need to see him like zip somebody. Oh my god, that looks real. Oh, is that like Leatherface or something? No. Oops.
7 Jason that I used to that I parted out to fix both that Jason and Leatherface.
What is that?
And no, I'm sorry, that was a completely different law. I got this Ghostface with a Dr. Shiver and Count V Gore, all together for $350. That was an absolute steal.
They're still not bad.
So roughly, I probably paid around $112 for this guy, which was an absolute steal. It does have the phone, but it does not have the original box. When I got this guy, the body turn did not work, but everything else did. And before people say, oh, he's not fully working, his eyes don't light up. The eyes lighting up was so stupid. I cut the wire. I was not dealing with that. The eyes lighting up was probably one of the stupidest design choices I've seen. Bump and Go Chucky from Spirit Halloween. I paid actually I didn't pay anything for this guy. I got him as a Christmas gift.
Like a little killing now and then. What's wrong with that?
Oh, it moves! Oh, it just turned.
The first thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all.
Oh my god, it's like a Roomba.
Showtime.
Up next, we have Frankenstein. So this guy I also purchased locally. I purchased him for roughly about $250. I am very grateful. I unfortunately do not have his box.
Okay.
Which I do not care. I do not like the roaming aspect because his roamers are very, very hard to use in displays for me personally. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do away with the base, put the circuitry in.
Oh, is that like Exorcist?
And Hannibal Lecter, as we'll talk about later on.
Ooh, Hannibal Lecter.
So this guy does have the box, and the collapsing mechanism was very finicky on him. When it would be very hard to get him down and very hard to get him back up. So what I did is I sprayed the joints with WD-40, and then he was all.
Oh my god, there's too much explanation. Do you prefer pleasure or pain? Oh my god, that's so
And now I'll go
cool.
turn off the lights.
Welcome to the worst nightmare of all.
Oh wow. That's cool. That looks like a real, looks like a real person.
And it is insane. And normally when you do, they are indeed very, very broken. So this guy I purchased fully working, and originally did not have the box, but at Texas Hunters Convention I found one with the box. I purchased it, and I will likely be selling or trading it.
Okay, there's too much information. Ah!
In the screenshot, it will be on your screen right
Look at all
now.
those Michael Myers.
I absolutely adore this thing. I have to have it. So I'm a huge fan of Michael Myers, and I did get a discount on this guy. I believe runs. How much does this guy run? I paid around $450 for this guy. So he runs $750.
That's ridiculous.
And I paid roughly about
Can I just say that?
$450. Yes, that is a lot. So now we'll Hannibal Lecter. And right here is Hannibal Lecter. This guy I purchased from the same seller as I mentioned earlier, as Pinhead, Ghostface, Frankenstein, excuse me. I tried.
Okay, I need to.
Completely forgot to mention, but yes, I do have the box for both of. Now.
Oh, he has it. He's Pennywise. Oh, and he has. This
the newer one is vinyl.
Oh shit! What's this one? This one's from Pumpkinhead or Trick or Treat. I can't remember now.
It's not gonna rot. These newer models, as you can see,
People tuning in.
obviously do not look as good as the original. But this one is going to be around a lot longer than the original, so I bought into it. This guy I purchased when it first dropped on Amazon
on the movie Child's Play?
in
Oh
July.
my God.
It was
We used to
$270.
go to happy hour.
It is now $300. Actually, I believe it is more than $300. I think it is around $330 now on Amazon. And if it's even still in stock.
I can't even.
But yeah, I got it before the $50 price.
Ugh, you're too bumpy. You're too bumpy for me. Oh shit! We've got some real ghosts to visit. Hold on. Oh shit.
Yes, I did.
When did this occur?
It occurred in August 2021.
Could you describe that experience?
Yes, I was working on my computer and my doorbell rang. I believe it was a Saturday, but I wouldn't swear to it. And I looked at my camera, my front door camera, and I saw there were, I could only see 2 people, but in fact there were 3 people at the door. I went to the door, I opened it. They said they were canvassing homes and asking about voting processes. So I was asked if I voted in the election. I said yes. And they asked if I had received at my home any voting envelopes that were for anybody who didn't live there. And I said no. And then I closed the door and thought about it for a little bit and realized I had more questions. So I opened my door and I walked down the street. They were walking down my street as well. And I could see then there were 3 people. One of them had a phone in his hand, clearly targeting specific houses and recording information. So I asked for some additional information from them. I wanted to know who they were and why they were going door to door and who had initiated the project for them to do this.
Ms. Harris?
They initially told me that they were doing it on their own. But I found that a little unbelievable, so I pressed them, and eventually they told me that they were organized by Liz Harris and
I called it! Liz Harris, bitch!
How did this interaction make you feel?
I was angry.
Why were you upset?
I know that my vote is safe and secure.
Oh, this is so great. We're finally going to get to the fucking...
I have used
it's
it for
crackling.
many,
It's
many
their
years,
sound,
voting by
unfortunately,
mail,
Jen,
and never had a problem. And so I was angry that anybody would question that process and also would try to get information about my vote.
Following this interaction, what actions did you take?
I found it so distressing and it made me very angry, so I posted on social media along with a picture.
So I was angry that anybody would question that process and also would try to get information about my vote.
Picture.
Following this interaction, what actions did you take?
I found it so distressing and it made me very angry, so I posted on social media along with a picture of the people who had come to my door.
And what happened after you posted about it on social media?
I learned after that Liz Harris had seen my post, and in a Facebook Live that afternoon, which I went back and I viewed after the fact, she held up my social media post to whoever was on her Facebook Live and requested that they find the post and go in and respond to it.
Do you remember what type of comments were made on this post?
I don't remember, no.
And how did you feel at that point?
I was still pretty angry about the whole experience.
Did you report this interaction to anyone?
I didn't report it, but my representative, my state representative contacted me and asked me for further information.
Did you submit a complaint to the recorder's office?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Sigmund. Now I'd like to talk about property deeds. Have you ever purchased property in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay. And prior to this case, were you aware that if you purchased property and signed those documents would be made public?
No, I don't think that ever occurred to me.
Okay. And would it surprise you to learn that indeed, if you purchase property in Arizona and you sign those documents, they become public?
I guess I had known that the documents would become public, but I didn't realize that my signature, my signed copies would be.
So even knowing now that your signature is public in that way, would you still be concerned if you knew that your signature on your early ballot affidavit envelope could be distributed to anyone who requested it?
Yes, that would concern me a great deal.
Why is that?
Because everything connected to the voting process must be kept safe and secure. My vote, no matter whether the envelope can be connected with my ballot or not, everything about that process should be private.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, I just have one. Question. Are any of the responses that you got on your to your Facebook post, were any of them threatening?
I don't recall any that were specifically threatening, no, but I was very glad that my home address was not revealed.
Well, give us a chance, lady, and we're going to reveal it. Don't worry.
Glad to hear your home address was not revealed as well. It's clear they had that information, isn't it?
Yes.
So that you agree it was respectful of them not to do that to you.
I'm glad they didn't.
It's not respectful, you stupid
All
cunt.
right. And so, if
Hate
I
this
understood
guy.
you right, 3 individuals came to your home, knocked on your door, and you talked to them, that you asked a few questions for them. And was there any hostility? Was there any anger, violence, yelling, screaming?
No.
Was it a fairly respectful conversation?
Yes.
Do you know what canvassing is?
Yes.
Have you ever been involved in politics?
Yes.
Have you ever canvassed a neighborhood?
Yes.
You've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so why did you go back and chase them down? Did you know they were canvassing?
I knew they were going to people's doors.
Why did you go chase them down?
I wanted to learn more information.
About who they were working for?
Mm-hmm.
And is that what angered you, who they were working for and what they were doing?
No, that's not what angered me.
Should people not be allowed to canvass?
Describing it as canvassing is maybe a misnomer. Canvassing, I associate with talking about candidates who are running in an election. This was post the election. It was asking about my ballot that I had already cast.
Okay. And do you know that the information is all publicly available through a document known as the VM34 that you can request from Maricopa County and simply pay for it and it's all yours?
No.
Yeah, but I don't walk up to people's houses, you stupid motherfucker.
I can't recall, did you testify that you're concerned about other people having access to your signature?
I think everything associated with the voting process should be private.
Should be private. Your vote is private.
Hi, Badger.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Should the fact that you voted be private?
I don't know.
And that would be a political debate we'd have to have, wouldn't that?
No.
or a personal viewpoint.
Do you have any objections to people canvassing in a respectful and polite manner, as I'm understanding from you, they were canvassing?
For what purpose?
Because
Just
they want to
say
participate
they were
in
canvassing
their
for
government,
illegitimate
form of
purposes.
I see that this was checking on a ballot that
And they
I had
resisted
already
identifying
cast,
themselves.
and I do not believe that that is helpful.
Okay. And did it have anything to do with the fact that you were an early voter, that you believe that's not helpful?
What?
No.
And so if someone, instead of, I guess, canvassing for a group, would you find it as offensive to get a poll from the Wall Street Journal asking you whether you voted?
Yes.
No, but this was not just whether I had voted. It was asking about the materials that had come to my house.
They asked you if you'd received more of the ballot at your...
Yes.
Is that what you found offensive?
Yes, I found that. It made me angry that somebody would be asking me about my vote, my voting process, and my voting envelope.
But you didn't get angry until they asked you.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Lee. When you canvass in Michigan, you disclose who
I
you're
believe
canvassing,
that
not
was
to
the
have
first thing they asked.
Yeah.
And you ever heard of an organization called We the People Arizona Alive?
No.
So you have no knowledge or information if they were involved in this
But they sound like traitors. No, I'm just kidding.
interaction?
I have no idea.
What about, this social media post? What did it say?
I just said some people came to my door and asked me about my ballot. I honestly don't remember exactly what I wrote, but I speculated that it was connected in some way to the audit that was going on.
Okay, and you didn't agree with the audit?
I don't know.
Yeah. You don't care one way or the other about the audit?
I am not here to talk about my personal opinions, so no,
Girl!
I don't feel one way or the
Fucking
other.
love this woman.
Well, your personal opinions.
Oh my God, I love her.
Can't they? In terms of testimony.
I don't know.
But you didn't like the canvassing. Did you feel it was connected with the audit?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
I didn't know.
So
That's what I wanted
she can
to
own
ask.
his balls, frankly.
And this interaction wasn't the type that you felt the need to make any formal complaints with any government bodies, is that correct?
I didn't know. No, and I didn't know who I would report it to.
Do you think canvassing is a civic duty?
No.
I don't know that I'd go that far, no.
No.
It's usually a volunteer.
And like I said, you've done it before, gone to people's doors, using lists that have all their personal information.
I don't think it has all their personal information,
Well,
but their address,
enough to let you communicate with them, correct?
their name.
All right.
I hate RSBN so much,
Well,
and I
I do
really
have one.
apologize. They just have the
What
best
was the
sound.
conversation like after you went and chased them down the street?
It was polite.
So polite.
Mhm.
Okay. And did you talk politics or?
No.
All right. Well, I'm at least happy to hear that it was maybe not a positive interaction, but it was a polite interaction.
Sir,
Thank
sit the fuck down. Carrie Lake isn't still living. I don't know.
No redirect, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much for being here today, ma'am. You may step down.
Thank you.
You can be excused or stay whatever you like. Okay, based on our conversation the other day, we may be out of witnesses.
Oh no!
We have 2 more witnesses today, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and use our time then.
Okay. We'll call Hugo Polanco.
Okay.
Oh, so this is asking for the ballot signature matching envelopes
Just come on up
for
the
1.3
runway.
million
This will be your
voters
seat before you
in
sit down.
Maricopa. They
let's
want
get you sworn
to
in.
try and they want to try and
Francisco Polanco, Francisco. Last name is P.S.
they want to look at the ballot signatures so they can invalidate some of the votes because they'll claim that the signatures don't match.
Peter Olanco.
So that's what they're doing. They're trying to
You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give.
they're trying to disassociate voters or whatever that disenfranchise. They're trying to disenfranchise voters. That's what
Good
they're
afternoon, Mr. Polanco. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for being here today. Can you please state your full name for the record again?
Francisco Polanco.
And so you go by a nickname?
Yes, I go by Hugo.
Okay, excellent. So I want to start with your background, Mr. Polanco. Where are you currently employed?
I am a partner at Creosote Partners. We are a lobbying firm here in Arizona, representing almost exclusive profits at the Arizona State Legislature.
What type of issues have you lobbied for in the past?
A wide range, housing, democracy and voting rights, criminal justice, the environment,
Have you ever represented a client before the Arizona Legislature regarding issues concerning ballot affidavit envelopes?
Yes, this past legislative session, and we represented the Arizona Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence, who opposed a bill that would have made ballot images public.
And what was their reasoning for opposing?
They had concerns around safety for sexual and domestic victims, the ability for them to their information being exposed and their attackers being able to access that information. They feared for their safety.
Hang on a second. Yes.
I'm just going to object to the line of questioning. I'm not sure what legislation making ballot images public has to do with ballot affidavit envelope.
Well, it's, I think the point was what his client thought about it. I'm not too sure, though, that really is, that's really him repeating somebody else's opinion. So let's move on from that.
Okay. Has your business ever experienced harassment as a result of your lobbying work, which includes voting rights?
Our business has received harassment. We also lobby around LGBTQ and trans issues, and as a result of that advocacy, both of my business partners received threats and harassment via phone calls and emails, things of that nature.
When did this occur, if you can think of what specifically when it started?
It was this year when it started, during legislative session. As a result, we had to, we're a small business, and originally we had my business partner Marilyn's phone number listed publicly as her line, and then we had the home address of Gail, my other business partner. We had her address listed as her business address. They began to fear for their safety, and so as a result, we took the steps as a company to change our business address to a co-working space that we had to sign up for and pay for. And then we signed up for a Google Voice number for our publicly listed phone number.
And during this time, did you also start to feel concerned for your safety?
I thought that I could become a target as well. I was not at the forefront of these particular issues and bills, but I am at the forefront of other issues and in the public eye. So I did begin to think that it could spill over to me as well. Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to discuss your experience as a voter. Did you vote in the 2020 general election?
I did.
And what method did you use to vote?
I mailed in ballot.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Pollock. I want to actually start to discuss something completely different. I want to talk about property deeds. Are you aware that if you purchase property in Arizona and you sign your deed, that signature then becomes public?
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever signed a property deed?
No.
Have you ever sold property in Arizona?
No.
Okay. Is keeping your signature confidential important to you?
It is.
And why is that?
I have concerns around identity theft. I know through my my work that identity theft is a big issue, and a decade ago, Maricopa County was the leading nation for identity theft. And so, yeah, it is. Identity theft is a concern of mine personally.
Okay. And just to clarify, did you vote in the 2022 general election?
Yes.
And was it also by mail?
Yes.
Okay. All right. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Was there any, you said that your firm also represents clients around LGBTQ rights, and that you associated some of the harassment with that. Can you separate it out? And were there any events that you attribute specifically to the election representation or democracy issues representation as opposed to the other representation?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Why were they hassling you?
Because of our advocacy on behalf of our clients around the LGBTQ trans issues.
Do you think that was the main cause as opposed to the election stuff?
Yes.
All right, good afternoon. Are you, I guess I'm trying to find the name now.
What?
A member of the Arizona Association of Latino Elected Officials?
It's an association I helped start as a contractor. I believe in 2015, 2014, something like that. It never got off the ground, and so it's non-existent.
Oh, okay, so it's defunct, and
Mm-hmm.
who did you do that on behalf of?
I worked with Luis Heredia, and then elected officials who in Arizona who wanted to start it.
Would that be Steve Gallardo?
Steve Gallardo was a part of it as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have any affiliation with that organization anymore?
No.
Okay. Does your organization, do any grassroots stuff, door knocking, canvassing, stuff like that?
No, we are strictly a government relations and lobbying firm.
It's strictly work with legislators.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very different type.
And
There's actually a
you've got
specific type of
fairly
IRS code that you need to
issues
follow
and
in order to
clients.
be
Would that be fair to
a
say?
lobbyist.
It's
Very
varied,
different
but yes.
from providing services.
And have you ever been threatened, harassed, intimidated, or anything by my client or associated with my client?
Not personally.
Anybody that had?
In my political circles and in my work, I can't think of any examples right now, but yes.
Okay. And so we were here today to talk about ballot affidavit envelopes. Did you vote by mail?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so are you on the, what was it, used to be Pebble list, but somebody corrected me.
Active early voter list.
Yeah, you on that list?
Yes.
And so, people routinely have access to voters' information through the VM34 and other documents they can get from Maricopa County, paying a simple fee.
I'm not sure what people you're referring to.
Anyway. So for example, if I wanted to go down to the county, and you testified that you're a pretty private person, right? If I want to go to the county, I could go down to the county and do a public records request for a document called BN34.
Mm-hmm.
Tells me who voted in the last election, gives me their names, address, and that stuff. And were you aware that people can access that with doing a public records request and paying a simple fee?
There are other ways to access it, like both parties can access those records as well, but yes.
Yeah, and both parties.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, have you ever had anybody canvass at your door, at your home?
Not recently, but I have in the past. I've lived in a high-rise apartment the last almost 3 years, so I don't get canvassing there.
I don't want to walk up all the stairs. Never want to do that either. Get rid of all my ice cream from me. But, I mean, is that something we do in our society? We canvass and we talk to people in our community about politics, I guess?
Yes.
So it's a normal thing? All right. Thank you very much.
Anything else?
No redirect, Your Honor.
Mr. Blanco, thank you very much for being here. You're excused.
Thank you.
Next.
We call Marilyn Rodriguez.
On over here, and before you sit down, we'll get you sworn in.
Marilyn Rodriguez, MARILYN RODRIGUEZ.
Thank you. Please raise your right hand. You do solemnly swear that such will be about.
Please have a seat.
Good afternoon. Can you please state your full name again for the record?
Yes, Marilyn Mariana Rodriguez,
I want to start with your background, Ms. Rodriguez. Where are you currently employed?
Creosote Partners.
And what do you do there?
I am majority owner and partner of Creosote Partners.
And what type of issues do you lobby for?
Progressive and public interest issues.
Okay. And have you ever represented a client before their Arizona legislature regarding issues concerning ballot affidavit envelopes?
Several, yes. Would you like me to list them?
Sure.
Yes, okay. So the Arizona Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence, the ACLU, Lucha, Chispa are the first that come to mind. There might be several more, but that's what I can recall at this time.
Okay. And in your general experience as a lobbyist, what are some reasons why it's not a good idea to release a voter's private information that appears on the ballot affidavit envelope?
Yes, as I've stated to lawmakers in our advocacy on this issue, specifically on behalf of the Arizona Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence, which represents several domestic violence and sexual assault centers in the state, the coercive control and privacy for survivors is critical. So they were very opposed to that, as well as several other clients noting the fear of the end of the secret ballot and the legitimacy of this as a measure that would do anything other than just gum up the process for elections workers and make it harder to do their job.
Your Honor, if I may raise an objection, and my objection is this, that her partner, the previous witness, she specifically asked if it was lobbied about making ballot images public. This question then becomes ballot affidavit images, and I believe the witness is talking about the ballot images being public. And so I want to be clear, so we have a clear record what the witness is testifying about, same thing she was asked.
I think that's actually a cross-examination question. If you want to clarify, you can. If not, then you can ask on cross-examination.
I was asking with respect to just you've opposed the publication of ballot affidavit envelopes,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Okay.
In any part of the ballot, yes.
In any part of the ballot.
Yes.
Okay. Now discussing your work generally, have you ever been the target of harassment as a result of your work?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell us about that experience, beginning with perhaps the event that led to this harassment?
Yes, I cannot remember the exact date, but it was a Senate Judiciary hearing. I was actually testifying on behalf of my client, ACES DV, on an issue related to domestic violence sentencing and pregnant persons. The chairman, Senator Anthony Kern, held me at the stand for several minutes, really kind of trying to get me to say a certain phrase that, in my opinion, was anti-trans. And that exchange, where I affirmed that people who have uteruses can get pregnant regardless of their gender identity, went very viral on far-right media, to the point where I was getting texts from clients saying, hey, did you know this has thousands of views, hundreds of views? I was getting recognized out and about, and then started to get calls from random numbers threatening violence and death. And so that was my experience most recently.
Now, despite this not being voting related, in your opinion, could this occur to you as a result of lobbying for voting issues in this climate?
In this current climate, yes. Your Honor, there have been several exchanges that me or my clients have had at the legislature where it, over the years, related to democracy defense, over the years, the opposition to these issues have become increasingly violent. There are
I know,
tensions,
Mind Truth, they
tempers,
they don't care about signatures. I don't know if there's going to be a decision today, sorry.
We are now, with all of our clients, not just our voting rights clients, engaged in a protocol with clients where we talk about safety at the Capitol to make sure that they understand that when they're going, there's a possibility of threats of violence or intimidation. And there are circumstances that I can think of that where it has happened. If you'd like me to get into that, but I'm going to be remembering, something that I haven't immediately looked up.
Actually, I would like to, if there's one or a couple that stick out in your mind.
Your Honor, thank you. The one that sticks most prominently in my mind, and I tell this story a lot, is there were folks waving the big MAGA Trump flags who were open carrying at the Capitol and shouting we brought some kids, from communities of color to engage in Advocacy Day at the Capitol. It was for Lucha's Advocacy Day at the Capitol. And they were being shouted at as they were filing from the House to the old Capitol. And in that interaction, one of the guns fell out of the holster and clattered across the floor. Fortunately, it did not go off, nobody was hurt, but it was an incredibly scary moment. We, as I recall, this was several years ago, but we let security know that happened. And for the rest of the day, House security was very kind in making sure that they escorted our guests throughout the Capitol
because
that day.
Of MAGA.
I believe that they were targeted because of the color of their skin, their identity, and their affiliation with an organization that is pro-democracy.
When you say affiliation with an organization that's pro-democracy, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, Lucha was the organization. And we are often at the legislature advocating for democracy and against a lot of the attempts to either end the mail-in ballot or make any part of the ballot image public, things of that sort.
Do they recognize you? And how do people know?
Your Honor, actually, I think they do. We can recall a time when a staff or a third party overheard one of them turn to the other and point to my colleague and say, he's their leader. And again, that was another experience where it dawned on me that, when in the course of doing our work, we are taking on a potential risk, and we need to make our clients aware. And, the hope is that we do not have to engage or interact or experience that, but it's happened.
Go ahead.
Okay. Moving on to property deeds. Are you aware that when you purchase property in Arizona and you sign that paperwork, that your signature then becomes public?
Yes.
And do you own property in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Weird line of questioning.
And so you, I believe, began testifying that the issues you've experienced with respect to your lobbying activities primarily derived from your work with the LGBTQ community?
Not primarily, but in that particular instance of harassment, yes.
And so we're here to talk today about, whether or not individuals can have access to an analyzed ballot affidavit envelopes. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
And you object to that, do you not?
I object.
Okay, why is that?
I do not see a merit to taking that step that makes our elections more secure. And as I stated previously, our analysis on this is all it will do is carry the impact of making it harder for election workers to do their jobs.
The analysis of ballot affidavit envelopes make it harder for election officials to do their job?
Sir, let me clarify, the lack of any persuasive evidence showing that this would carry the effect that I think you are alleging.
Oh. So we're looking for the evidence to show evidence that there needs to be fixes to the
Fuck off, dude.
To the machine and
sorry.
That.
Dropping things.
Do you support voter IDs when voting?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Do I support, can you ask it again? Would you mind?
Do you support voters having to show an ID when voting? Okay, Your Honor, I'll withdraw that. I will. I have no further questions. Okay. Yeah.
Are you concerned in part that if the images of the ballot affidavit envelopes become public records, that some people will use this information to then fan the flames of misinformation?
Yes.
The witness, Your Honor,
that was a leading question.
A massively leading question.
The leading objection is sustained.
Okay. What are some of your concerns as to why the ballot affidavit envelopes should not be made public?
Everything I'm about to say, I've said to policymakers, again, in opposition to making any part of the ballot image public. And that includes the end of the secret ballot, the concept of coercive control, where if folks aren't familiar, there can be a person in a situation of intimate partner violence where they're instructed to write certain characters or in a certain manner so that later they can check to see if they were obedient in that, as well as personally identifying information being made available that people do not want made available. Those are many, some of many, excuse me, but our primary concerns.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. No further questions.
Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
You can be excused.
Thank you.
Okay. What do you think, Judge?
Your Honor, we do not have any additional witnesses here today, and I'm sorry for that. But we do still have, I believe, 2 witnesses that we would like to call. Is it 2? We have 2 witnesses that we would like to call Monday.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, then that probably makes it sensible to just break for now.
reconvene at 9 o'clock
Yeah, heck of
in
a
the morning
difference.
on Monday and finish up then.
Well, there you go.
We'll hear your
damn.
witnesses.
Wait a minute.
And then we'll
So-
go right into closing arguments. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right, that's all for today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Bye bye. Okay. Bye bye. Well, that was disappointing. I guess you can't win them all. You can't hit everything out of the park. Today has not been a park hitting ball out of the park day. Not hitting ball out of the park day. But it was nice to have a little surprise visit with you all, and I'm going to see about covering the Kari Lake thing on Monday, because I think that Monday is when oh, Jesus, where's September? Oh, no. Okay. So Monday, definitely going to cover this on Monday. All right. I know, right, Lee? What about tomorrow? Tomorrow's a work day, I think. Then on the 26th, which is next Tuesday, the testimony takes up again in the John Eastman disciplinary hearing, and that is something that I'm actually looking into going to in real time. Now, I can't live stream from there, obviously, because you can't even restream the proceedings, but I think I can actually go to the courthouse, and then if you guys watch it, you would see me, and that's amazing. Anyway, so I'm looking into that. But I will see you Saturday night. Don't forget, this week is a special Lolo's Lounge because it is the 1-year anniversary of the first Lolo's Lounge YouTube show on September 23rd. So this Saturday, we'll have a special Lolo's Lounge, same time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, everything in between and outside of that. And I think I might be I bet you I could live tweet it. I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out and make sure, because I don't want to get arrested. But I'm going to find out. And so that will be, so Saturday night, I will see you for a special Lolo's Lounge. Sunday night, I will see you for gaming, Late Night Lolo. And then Monday, we'll be doing this piece of shit trial. And then Tuesday, we'll figure out if I'm able to go and live tweet from the hearing room. And yeah, it's an anniversary. Lee, can you believe it? We've been here a year. Do you know? And Lee has been there from the beginning and before then. And Lee also has been an angel to me during the times and as I was trying to figure out even the little bit that I have figured out now. And I don't even think I'm anywhere close to where I want to be in order to be a performer or to give you great programming. But Lee, I just want you to know publicly that you are one of the reasons that I have held in this game. And you know how hard that has been for me sometimes. So I just want to shout out Lee very much because she has always been my sister and really supportive. And so I just want to give her that love. All right. And I got miles to go before we sleep, right? I gotta learn how to do this shit. No more. Yeah, you do. You send so much love. I love it. I really appreciate you. All right, my loves. I will see you Saturday night. Let's go home Saturday night. I think I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and go on the road. And I don't know if Max Flower's listening, but let's just say I hope Max Flower is listening. Because I think we might make it to the beach to see the sunset. I think. Because I think that would be a perfect way to celebrate together. And of course do trivia. All right. All right, my darlings. I'll see you soon. Please be safe. Be well. Make sure your voter registration is up to date. All right? Okay.